Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's unseen video. This is where we round up all the social media talking points and we're going to start with this. This is a Wyatt Six or Bo Dallas interview that I saw a few days ago. For me personally, there's nothing in here that I learned really. It's all stuff that we already know, but I've been sent it so many times. I do think though there's probably a chance I get sent it because it's Wyatt Six and it's like, here you go, Days, here's an interview, might be some in here kind of a thing, you know. As I said, I read it a few days ago. I didn't think there was anything in here we didn't already know, but I've been sent it so many times it seems like you guys want to talk about it, so let's talk about it. So this is Bo sitting down with USA Today, and he talks about how he didn't know if he wanted to continue without his brother, but as this has gone forwards, I realise he's with me more than ever. I always love wrestling. I thought maybe the passing of my brother might have taken that away from me, but it's actually been the exact opposite. He says he can still feel Wyndham with him when he walks out there. And then he talks about the new version of The Fiend being in the video game. He said it's unbelievable. The world gets a chance to see, even though he's gone, his ideas and legacy that were still going through. And down here, there was another bit. There we go. He wanted to work with them, right? The people in the Wyatt Six. He handpicked them for reasons almost unknown to me. Like he just saw something and felt something in them. So everything that's going on and going forward, if it's not Wyndham's idea, it's got a piece of Wyndham's idea in it. And then at the bottom here, he said, you're just going to have to wait and see. The Wyatt Six is just getting started. We've got a lot of work to do. So not the longest interview in the world. Just a few little bits in there, to be honest. I don't think they got loads of his time. But there you go. That is the interview that's doing the rounds. Bo speaking to USA Today. Right, WWE folder. So Randy Orton wins the Undisputed Championship from Cody, which I don't think he will, by the way, because Cody Rock is the rumor. Haven't heard any Cody Randy rumors. They could do that at SummerSlam, though. Could do that at SummerSlam. John Cena wins the World Heavyweight Championship from Gunther at WrestleMania 41. They could definitely do that. They could do that at SummerSlam, right? And then the point that Sam is making here is they could then face each other in that champion versus champion match at Crown Jewel. And as Edward said, this is a great theory. And I agree, it's a great theory. It's something that could absolutely happen, right? That way we get Cena, Orton. It would be at Crown Jewel, which Saudi would enjoy. The Crown Jewel crowd would enjoy. The only thing I would say is I think a lot of people in their minds, and I don't know that this is going to be possible, but I think a lot of people in their minds, they really want 16-time champ Cena taking on 16-time champ Orton, both of them battling to become the 17th time world champion, and one of them is going to break the records. Because at the moment, it's Cena and Ric Flair that share that record on 16. So I think a lot of fantasy booking has got Cena on 16, Orton on 16. They're both competing to win the 17th. So yeah, I think this would not achieve that, but this is a way of getting us to this match. So, yeah, I agree. Interesting theory. I'd be interested to know if that's something people would be interested in, or have you got an alternative way that you would like to get to Cena Orton? I'm fairly confident we get Cena Orton at some point next year. Edward again said, I don't know if you've seen this. I hadn't. So here's Logan.
It's such a special time for WWE, and like, I cannot believe I'm a part of it. I was going down that ramp, I hear the lady go, "You're United States champion." My hands are empty. I go, "Bro, I forgot my belt. I forgot to bring my belt out." So I was kind of just walking, and then all of a sudden I touched my waist and it was there. I was like,
So that's pretty fun, isn't it? So it turns out that as he's making his way down the ramp at WrestleMania 40, He thought he had, I think that was the triple threat match, wasn't it? He thought he had forgotten his championship. There is a moment as Logan walks down the ramp, he just touches his waist just to see if the belt is on him. So that's pretty fun. I like those kind of behind the scenes little bits of information. Here's Sportskeeda. So Michael Cole said, I have the game on my phone at the announce desk at ringside with the volume down. When I was doing Bad Blood, which was game 1, I had the game on at the announce desk. My partner, Corey Graves, kept looking over at me and I was pumping my fist and jumping up and down whilst calling the action of the show. How about that? So at Bad Bloods, I had to go digging as to what he was referring to. Game 1 of the Mets, apparently. Michael Cole had that on his phone on the table. And he said, I probably shouldn't say this because my boss, Lee Fitton, might hear this. And I thought that was really interesting because I don't know the structure. I know that Michael used to answer to Kevin Dunn. Kevin Dunn oversees all the production side, right? Or did. He left and he got replaced by Lee Fitton, but I didn't know if Michael Cole still had to answer to Lee Fitton. It seems like he does. So I thought that was interesting as well. So his boss is Lee Fitting, who is, currently doing the role that Kevin Dunn used to do. So, yeah, just loads I learned from that. Kofi said, wait. Did I sign up for the right tournament? What in the is this? So look at this. So we've seen this before, right? This is Authors of Pain, and for some reason they seem to have one of them in their entrance gear. It looks slightly different though, because one of the eyes on the entrance gear kind of comes out, right? Kind of extends. I don't think we've seen that before, but we have seen this kind of black mask with like a head covering, a headscarf. Like, that is their usual entrance attire. We just don't see Authors of Pain enough for, I think, people to know that this is the kind of thing they tend to wear for their entrance gear. But the eye extended out, I believe, is something new. And a lot of people keep asking, why is it only one of them? Like, what's that about? Genuinely, I can't answer it. I genuinely don't know. I don't think it's anything to do with the Wyatt Six or anything. I think they're just trying to make the group look cool. I think it's that. I think they're trying to make the group look cool, but why you would only have one of them in their entrance gear and not both of them, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. But, I mean, listen, it's grabbed attention. I've been tagged in this quite a bit. People asking, what's all this about? Is it Wyatt Six connected? It's just their entrance gear. So, but even it's got Kofi spooked. Like, did I sign up for the right tournament? Right, WWE has filed a trademark for WWE Legends and Future Greats. So I'm not sure quite what that is going to entail. Yeah, here's Sam. Look, Sam going, dude, what's up with that AOP guy? So here's an example of somebody get tagged in. But the reason as to why I included this is so that we can just point out what's going down on Raw. Of course, look at all these people that are going to be at ringsides. Look at all this that's going on. So, yeah, we got LWO. So Ray and Dragon Lee taking on American-made, the Creed brothers. Over on this side, New Day taking on AOP. And, of course, we've got the Intercontinental Championship on the line. Jey Uso taking on Bron Breakker. Should be a really good Raw this week. Cody Rhodes, right, let's have a look at this, shall we? Let's whoosh this over. So Cody said, I would say from kind of the more behind the curtain aspect, that when all is said and done and people look at how unbelievable that story has been over the years, what it's done for WWE and WWE's business, Paul Heyman should probably be considered kind of the Martin Scorsese behind it all. He's really a fascinating, unique individual and has a sense of what the audience may want, and they don't even know they want it. He's just a super genius. So there we go. I mean, I think that really shows how much Paul Heyman is involved behind the scenes with this story. Like, he is not someone that just rocks up, goes out there and is the wise man. We know that actually since he got put through that table and beaten up by Solo and the Bloodline. He's been backstage a lot, and we've seen pictures of him with Roman and him and Gorilla. Like, he is very important, very influential behind the scenes. I know many of you will not find that surprising. Some of you might, though. So, yeah, a very interesting quote there from Cody Rhodes. TJ Hayes, shout out to you. So, this did the rounds earlier. So this was Booker on his Hall of Fame podcast. He said the next level for Zilla is WWE, and he's going to try and help him get there. Again, I don't think there's much to this. Zilla, for those that have watched Zilla's kind of career in recent years, you'll know that he has kind of made mistakes. You know, he had a falling out with Booker, ended up leaving Reality of Wrestling. There was an incident with GCW. You know, he's kind of no-shown shows. And Zilla, for me, is a young man that's kind of finding his way. I don't really share in the belief that he should come into WWE, and I don't share in the belief he should go into the Bloodline. I feel like he's still putting it together. I feel like he's still finding his way, right? I do think he would ideally like to run before he can walk, but I feel like there's a lot of work that needs to be done with Zilla. I also don't really see where he fits into the Bloodline story, because if you think you've got Solo, you've got Tama, you've got Tonga, you got Jacob, that's 4, right? Hikuleo is rumored to be going to NXT. And then if you look at the other side, you've got Roman, you've got Jay, you've got Jimmy, you've got Sammy. That's 4. So if we're doing Bloodline, that would be 4 against 4. I don't really have the appetite of Zilla coming in and joining Roman's Bloodline, because that's not what the Bloodline was. I like the fact they're OG Bloodline. I like the fact it's Jimmy, Jay, Sammy, Roman. Hopefully it goes that way. Hopefully that's what we get, because a couple of years ago, that's what that Bloodline looked like, right? The new Bloodline with Solo and Jacob, well, there's 4 already in that group, and that's perfect to go up against what we've got now. So I wouldn't bring in Zilla and put him with Roman. That's not how the group was a couple of years ago. If you bring him in and put him in with Solo, that group is then too big. I mean, you could have, I suppose, Tonga kind of stay out of it, but I don't know. I just don't see the need. And I also think it's quite interesting. Booker says he's going to try and help him get to WWE. If he was that good, then he wouldn't need the help, would he? WWE would take him straight away. You know, he'd be in. But I think that shows kind of where he is at the moment. There is work to be done with Zilla. I've no doubt, listen, he'll get to WWE. He'll get there. I've no doubt about that. And I think that when he does and he's ready, he will be a force. He'll be a problem. But at the moment, I think it's still too early for him. And I don't see where he fits into the current story. So, yeah, Zilla, talk of the town today after Booker said he's going to try his best to get him to WWE. But that's not now. That's in the future. Right, and then here we've got this. Abby said, no NXT nameplates. Is this a subtle call-up? I don't think so, to be honest. But what we're referring to, which I thought was interesting, is that, do you remember before NXT talent were getting NXT kind of graphics, nameplates? Well, here, look, Lash Legends getting a Smackdown one. So I don't think it's a subtle call-up. I wonder if it's just a production change where now, instead of getting NXT graphics, they put Smackdown ones up, maybe to kind of keep consistency with the rest of the show. I'm not sure. I like here, look, Manuel saying this is a bit a little bit old. I don't think it's old. This was from this week, was it not? Or was it this week? But yeah, even so, it's a little different, shall we say. I don't think it's a call-up, though. I don't think it's a call-up. So that was the WWE folder. Let's go into fun. We got a fair few bits in here. So here's Anya uploading this. So if we press play on this. So look, here's Damian. All right, bursts into song. They start leaning into each other. Here we go. Here we go. Yeet. She's not pleased about it as well. he really yeeted her as well. Down she goes. You can hear them laughing in the background as well as this was being filmed. So, very good. I do enjoy their TikToks. Very good. Look at this. Yeet Revolution said Andrade after he loses Game 7 to Carmelo Hayes. And there's Carmelo Hayes. Like, yeah, you nailed it. So, there we go. That's what Andrade is going to be doing. He's going to be doing the fries. Here's Liv Morgan. Look, she's drinking the tears of her enemies. Tweeting this out just a couple of hours ago. Yeah, I don't remember that. Well, it's weird because I do remember this clip, but I cannot remember the context of it. I don't know if this was for a commercial or what this was for, but the cameraman acts as if John Cena has come out. Look. So there's Stu running around pretending to film John Cena, even though he's not actually there. I don't remember this being like an April Fool's or anything like that. I cannot remember the context of it. Wrestling World CC said throwback to when Stu was the only one that could see John Cena. So, Edwards, again, thank you. I remember this clip doing the rounds, but I just cannot remember the context. Male Tail Thong, shout out to you. Said, have you seen my new favorite wrestler, Gayne? It's a gay version of Kane. I have seen this clip before, but I don't believe it's ever featured on Unseen. But honestly, I don't know if WWE are going to step in here as like encroaching their intellectual property. I mean, it is it different enough to get away with it? I can't remember what happened with Blue Kane. Do you remember Blue Kane? It was basically Kane, but instead of red, it was blue. I can't remember if there was legal issues there. I think there were. I don't know if Gayne is going to get away with this or not, but it's probably different enough to like be justified as its own character, but it's clearly based on Kane. Clearly based on Kane. So I don't know what the future is going to look like for Gayne. Right down here, look, Carl, shout out to you tagging me in this. So Bianca and Montez have reacted to fan cosplay at New York Comic Con. They said it's not even Halloween yet, and y'all are already showing out. That is amazing. The Bianca, both of them actually, but Bianca in particular looks so much like it's just flipping Bianca. Look at this. It just looks like Bianca to me. So there we've got this cosplay, which is so good. So good. And there's, or maybe this is the cosplay, I'm not sure. But there we go. Yeah, really good. And actually, talking of cosplay, we can jump over to this from Queen of the Ring again. Day 3. We've done day 2, and we've done we'll do day 3 now. We haven't done day 1, and I don't want to do it because I don't want to just steal everything that Queen of the Ring is putting up, right? So definitely go and support Queen of the Ring. This is the next one. We looked at it yesterday and we scored them, so we'll score this one as well. So here, look, there is that might be the Bianca actually, and I think that's excellent. So that for me is a 9. AJ Styles, probably an wow, I'm thinking an 8, but Iron Sheik's good. That feels like a 9. Rhea Ripley, 7.5. Oh, come on. We can't score Dusty. We've seen that Dusty so many times. Timeless Tony Storm is pretty good. I like the black and white. I'm feeling the 8s. That Jey Uso is really good. And the Macho Man's good as well. Eddie Kingston, yeah, I can vibe with that. And Bret Hart. Man, there's so many. I can't even get to scores. Shawn Michaels, really good. Look at that outfit. Look at that outfit. Sergeant Slaughter, I think it's tough competition. I'm thinking like 6.5 for that. Stone Toad Steve Austin. Stone Toad Steve Austin, what the flip? We can't be doing this, can we? Is this allowed? Are we even allowed to do this? Take characters, mesh them with other characters. The flip? Do you know what? Genuinely, I don't know. I feel like a Macho. Is this not the Macho Man from the Macho verse? And we can't count that Dusty. The J might be the winner, you know. That J is so good. So good. I think the J... The Rhea's good, but I think the J's better. Sheik's good. AJ, you're alright. You're alright. Bianca's excellent. Bianca's excellent? Oh, man, that's hard. That's really hard. I think the fact that she's wearing the belt upside down loses her points. It's fine margins, to be honest. Fine margins. TJF 1983, shout out to you. I got tagged in loads of Boogeyman because he was backstage at Raw, backstage at Smackdown recently. But I mean, nothing came. He met a few superstars. But I just really like this. This is Sting and Boogeyman face to face. And I don't know, I just really like the image. I just like, whoa, just caught my attention. So I thought we're putting that in unseen. Yeah, oh, this is mental. This is mental. So Nip Butcher, Kim's Trains, shout out to you. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this boomer. That's Ivar. That is Ivar from back in the day. I mean, you can sort of see it, but equally... It's honestly, it messes with my head. Like, I can sort of see it, but then equally, it's just not Ivar, but it is Ivar. If you go over, look, there is an image of old school Ivar. And there as well. This is from his official Instagram, by the way. So people going, nah, that's not Ivar. Yeah. He's the one that's posted this. Saying, like, this has been his journey. And look! I don't know what year this is. I don't have that. Oh, hang on. Can we find it? He said 2005. 2005. There we go. Amazing. Amazing. I thought that was so amazing. Right, yeah, look, Boogeyman, I said. I got tagged in Boogeyman loads. He was at Smackdown. I guess he was at Raw, meeting Michael Cole, meeting fans. There's a picture of him with Bailey, and he was everywhere. TJF 1983 tagging me in this. I don't want to point, but there we go. Look, this is a Ripley-wise. We're going to get loads of this. I think Unseen's going to go into overdrive during Halloween, certainly Halloween night, as all the superstars put up their costumes. So that should be really fun. But this, I'm guessing, is a old costume that Rhea had. She looks really good. She looks really good. We probably could have added this to Fun Phone Case as well. We could have had a Fun Phone Case folder, couldn't we? And here, look, TJF again tagging me in this. So this is from 1998, and apparently it's someone that went to school, right? Young lady that went to school, 14-year-olds, went to school wearing an Austin 316 shirt, got told to go home. And her parents supported her, though. Like, apparently she wore it twice in a row and got sent home twice. And she was like, I don't see the problem. I'm not spreading hate. There's no political message. Like, I'm just showing support to my favorite wrestler. And she got sent home twice, 2 days in a row. But fair play to her parents. They supported her right to wear this shirt. They said, like, she's a big fan of Stone Cold. So what's the problem? I don't know what happened of this, but it's just, yeah, look at this. 90s WWE says, what a legend. So that's just really great, really fun article. I mean, I don't know. Perhaps she never went to school again. We'll never know. So TJF, thank you. Dave, thank you. Yeah, we probably could have had a Fun Phone Case folder. I didn't have one, only because I mean, listen, I've included it because I got tagged in this picture so much, right? This dropped earlier today, or, you know, on Sunday. And honestly, it seems like there was a lot of excitement in the community. I don't really understand, because I think we've seen this before. I'm pretty sure we've seen this before. And look, no disrespect, I don't think it's that great of a phone case. I really don't. I mean, it's kind of like brown with what looked to be maybe strawberries or petals on. I mean, I got tagged in this so much, you would think that, like, it was some new revolutionary phone case. But so many people, like, you've got to include this. You've got to put this into fun phone case. This has got to be an unseen. Dude, you can't let this pass by. There was so much excitement, honestly, but I don't get it. I don't understand. It's really average. I don't know. That's for you lot to think about and try and perhaps this is, I don't know, the trend this winter. I don't know. So that was the fun folder. I think there are a couple of bits. Yeah, I really like this from Garcia, you know. I put a little tweet out saying I think if this was the approach that more AEW stars and certainly Tony Khan would take, I think that would go a long way towards getting them some goodwill. So here, look, he said, I get why people think it was funny, right? Talking about him going to NXT. And it kept blowing up and people kept sending me things. To me, it was just completely undermined how great NXT is. I feel like NXT right now is hot. It's on fire. They've got such great talent, men and women, international talent from all over the world, people of all different experience levels. When people kept saying, I'm just going to sign there because they are a bunch of attractive women, I think it undermines the work rate. The talent of the roster. They have a great roster on their hands. They're doing a bunch of great things over there. It undermines and takes away from what they're doing. I mean, that's it. Well done. What all you've done there is you've made me like you a bit more, because it's true. NXT is doing some great stuff. They've got some great superstars. To say different to that, in my mind, would be just petty. And you would be playing into the tribalism. You know, I say on a regular basis, I think AEW have got a great roster. You know, I've shouted out Ospreay. I've shouted out Tony Storm so many times. I really like Swerve. You know, Okada, Bryan Danielson, MJF, of course. Mariah May, Jamie Hayter. They've got loads of really good stars over in AEW. So I think the fact that he's done this, I just think is a really good move, to be honest. I'd like to see more of it, because I don't think AEW taking that anti-WWE approach is working for them. All it does is it just fuels more anti-AEW kind of narrative. It just makes people kind of go anti-AEW and not feel a connection with them. So, yeah. I think lessons could be learnt from this. This was annoying, right? So, streaming right now, Halloween Havoc. Why was that annoying? Because I might have been tempted to have done a watch-along had we have made a big deal out of it, you know? Had we have created a graphic, set the stream up, spoken about it in streams, you know, I don't want to do these kind of things if no one's going to show. I want to make sure that it's something the community would be engaged with. The fact that you could watch this on YouTube, the whole show on the Vault channel, right? I believe it was on their Vault channel. We probably could have done a watch along. Certainly because we didn't do anything on the Saturday, you know? So, yeah, I'm disappointed that this has passed me by. I didn't hear about this. So I don't know if this is going to be a regular thing. I don't know if this is something that they're going to look to do. I don't know if it'd be weekly, monthly, or whatever. But if we do see the Vault channel promoting that they're going to be showing a pay-per-view on a Sunday, an old one, of course, hit me up, let me know, because I could be tempted to do a retro watch-along, because this is a really easy way for people to join us, because not everyone has, like, you know, the network or Peacock or stuff like that. I'd imagine most do. But, you know, YouTube, you know, that's a real easy way for everyone to join and watch. So, yeah, I was annoyed at that. Aaron, shout out to you. Said, I know you wanted him in WWE, but in my opinion, AEW has treated him so well. He'd be a great guy to have in the company. He really should have beaten Triple H at WrestleMania. I agree. I'm happy for him now. So Stinger's revealed that he has signed a multi-year deal with AEW, and I'm pleased for him. I'm disappointed for me. I would love him back in WWE. I think he'd be a great ambassador. I would love for him to have a cinematic match in WWE, but I don't think he'd want to do that. I think he was quite happy with his last match. But even if we didn't do that, I think having him as an ambassador would be great. I think we could also get more figures of him, which would be great. I think there's lots of kind of versions of Sting we didn't quite get. They touched on all the main ones. But I don't know. Sting's a legend in my eyes. Absolute legend. My favorite WCW wrestler without a shadow of a doubt. Not even close. My favorite WCW wrestler. Someone I always wanted to come into WWE. I loved how they did it. But then, you know, WrestleMania, he definitely should have won that. I agree. And then, of course, the injury with Seth. And you just look at what AEW got out of Sting. It's so disappointing WWE couldn't do that. So, yeah, it's a good move for AEW and disappointing for me. Then we got this as well. So here, look, this was quite confusing, but the only reason I've included it is because it might lead somewhere. So, Thomas, thank you. So this is Jim Cornette responding to Val Venis. So apparently Jim Cornette blocked Val Venis, right? Val Venis has been spouting loads of opinions, right? Lots of controversial ones, to the point where Jim Cornette blocked him. Jim Cornette then out the blue, I think, unblocked him, only so he could send him a message saying, I've unblocked you so that you will see this. Like, I think you're a disgrace, blah, blah, blah. And he just goes off, right? I'm worried for your mental health and all this kind of stuff. Val Venis has responded, thank you for worrying about my mental health. I would love to debate my points with you. Now, so he's kind of thrown out a challenge. Val Venis has said to Jim, let's talk about it. If you think different to what I think, let's talk about it. Let's go through it. I don't know how Jim responds to this. I don't know if he just blocks him and moves on. He likely will. But if he accepts and we end up getting some sort of Jim Cornette, Val Venis debate, right, that is going to get attention. That will definitely get attention. So I'm just bringing this to your attention because I don't quite know where this leads or where this goes. Might not go anywhere, but it will definitely be a talking point if it does go ahead. And then last thing here, James, thank you. So James tagged me in this 9 hours ago. New Japan and AEW sources believe that it's likely that talent that work Forbidden Door or are co-promoted for AEW shows will have to make an agreement to not immediately go to WWE. That has not been confirmed in the company. I saw Sean Ross Sapp talking about this as well. So apparently sources are under the impression that this is coming off the back of, they believe, Stephanie Vaquer, who, of course, competed against Mercedes Moné and then very shortly after signed with WWE. I'd imagine that was a big frustration to Tony. And so they believe that this is now a new rule that's going to be put in place to prevent that from happening again. So there we go. That is all the news. We just got a few thanks to get through. Boom. Here we go. So Edward tagging me in the Damian and Kayden clip. Appreciate it. Brandon tagging me in the Queen of the Ring clip. Appreciate it. A world not of my own. Batman the Savior. Wrestle Knights. Thank you, tagging me in Bits and Bobs, and thank you to everyone that tagged me in Bits and Bobs. Yeah, we're back tomorrow. Raw should be a good show. Don't know which way that Intercontinental Championship match is going to go. Genuinely, it could be Jay that leaves as champ, and then, you know, I think he will join up with Bloodline, of course, the OG Bloodline. But will he do it whilst being Intercontinental champ? Or will the new bloodline, Jacob, Solo, will they cost him tomorrow or on Raw, whenever you watch this, against Braun? And then, of course, that's going to give him more reason to want to get revenge. That then puts the title back onto Braun. And then I don't know quite who he goes off to feud with. There's a few options, Sheamus, Elia, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I don't know. I genuinely don't. It's 50-50. I don't know which way it's going to go. I'm really excited for Raw. And of course, Wyatt Six have made it very clear they are going to be on the show. So this week's Raw should be a lot of fun. So thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate the support. Don't forget, we will be live for Raw and live 2 hours before as we kind of talk about all the latest news, break things down, and then enjoy whatever it is WWE have got for us. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the support. Bye for now. Wee wee.